Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight, and we're back for another fun week of Champion Sports Talk with my man Joey Martin.
Glad to be here, buddy.
How are you, brother?
It's been a blast. Look forward to this every week.
Yeah, me too. As always, we're driven by Sango GMC. We do this every Thursday morning at 10:30, right here at Magnolia Bluffs Casino in the beautiful Playmakers Sportsbook, and man, we're having too much fun.
Absolutely.
Want to thank all of our awesome partners out there who make this possible, because without you guys, we can't do what we do. And before we get started today, we got a really fun episode today.
Oh, man.
I want to give a shout out. You know, we have, I think we're up to 11 fans here in the States.
All right.
In the States, that is including family members.
Oh, they are?
But we actually have a fan or two out of the States,
Okay.
I found out.
Awesome.
And I want to shout him out. My longtime buddy, went to high school with him, Mr. Torrance Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
He messaged me on Facebook and said he's really been enjoying the show.
Awesome.
He's been in the National Guard for a long time, and he's stationed over in Kuwait. And he said even some of the guys in the platoon have been watching and laughing at us.
He's a heck of a player now.
So he's a good guy too. So I wanted to shout out Torrance, and it's the 1083rd Transportation Company. Okay. So thank you to all you guys over there. Indeed. And I also want to say thank you to everything that you did for my nephew. They sent a really sweet package with a lot of really cool things to my nephew Watson, and just a lot of good people over there. Thank you for what you do, because, you know, I talk about our partners. We can't do what we do without our partners. Our partners, us, none of us can do what any of us do without you guys and gals around the world making sacrifices, being away from your families. So thank you for that. Thank you to Torrance, and thank you for the 1083rd Transportation Company. Tune in every week. We'll give you some good picks. We'll give you some bad picks, and hopefully we'll give you something to laugh at and give you a little bit of a break over there. So thank you, guys. Joey, today we have something pretty unique. We got Coach Cummings from Faraday High School. We've got Coach West from Vidalia High School, and there's a pretty big game coming up Friday night.
Yes, it is.
So, but before we get those guys on, I want to do our local segment.
Okay.
So why don't we start out with that? Why don't you kind of tell us what's going on locally?
Sure. Of course, we start off with Cathedral High's softball team. Congratulations to them. They played Saturday in Vicksburg and ended up fourth in that tournament to get a spot in the state tournament at McGee Saturday. So great job for them. They actually beat Oak Forest 8-7 in their first game. They had lost to Oak Forest during the regular season. Then they lost to number one Brookhaven 8-2, beat Columbia 6-3, and then when they went back Monday to Vicksburg for the seeding, they lost to Capaya 4-2, and that's where they're number 4 in the state.
Okay.
So they will play number 1 East Rankin out of the North in the first round of the state tournament, and just best of luck to Lady Wade.
Yeah, I saw them posting this morning on Facebook, and we shared it on our Miss Lou Champions page and everything. I told them, hey, you guys are already champions in our book, so just go have fun and let them have it.
I mean, they're competitive alone. It's so
exactly.
It's tough.
So
finish
North
and South.
Any of the girls are watching it. I don't think there's really any pressure. There's no reason to play with pressure because you're already champion. So I think it's important to just go out and let it rip at this point.
Yeah,
just give them everything you got and leave it on the field.
Like you say, no pressure. Hey.
Yep, no pressure at all. Everybody's already proud of it.
Right. All right, we move on to prep football. Hard-fought ball game. Saw Natchez come out victorious. 26-20 against Jefferson County. A great first win for them. The game was 20-20 going into the final quarter, and Carl McDonald and DeMarcus Blanton had great games on the ground for the Bulldogs. So congratulations to Steve Davis getting that first win this year. And they got Hazelhurst before they start district play.
And you told me that was a pretty big rivalry. And then Friday night, I was on social media and kind of flipping through, and I saw post after post after post of videos, and that crowd was hyped.
Yeah,
so it really is.
It's always a great game.
Yeah, it looked like a really good, fun atmosphere.
Absolutely. So after AC upset Oak Forest down in a meet, they kind of stumped their toe against Silliman. Lost 41-30 in Clinton. And, David King had told me, he said, if we lose to Silliman, it kind of negates what we did against Oak Forest. So, that's the way it is. They just have to bounce back now and come back and
just get back up off the mat and let's keep rolling, keep fighting.
Huge ball game tomorrow night at AC as Park Lane.
Yeah.
And who's the favorite in the district comes along, and boy, that's going to be a packed city, and just like I say, big game. It's almost AC needs to pull this upset off to just have a good seeding for the for playoffs.
I think they're going to pull it off tomorrow.
That's very possible. Of course, you got Ron Russian, who coached at Cathedral at Park Lane.
Yeah.
And we want to send out our best to Park Lane Academy. They had a fire Sunday night at the school.
Yeah.
And destroyed the old gym. But, man, glad nobody was hurt and glad it was just one particular unit that was destroyed. So, So we've also got Cathedral. They lost to Park Lane 49-14 in Macomb. But, of course, they had a lot of things going on with the student and having the medical condition in the stands.
Yeah, and we wish that young man the best, of course. Prayers for him and his family and the school, the cathedral family. That's just something that's tough, man.
It is, and thank goodness they just.
Hopefully, he's got a good medical team helping him, and hopefully he'll get back on his feet.
Yeah, and the reaction of everybody around him and the medical personnel at Park Lane was just huge.
Yeah.
So you never know, Brady.
That's right.
So they've got they play Silliman, so that's going to be an interesting game and one the way really need to have to stay in contention.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Delta Charter had a bye week, which probably came at a good time for them. They've got to nurse some kids up, but they go all the way to Campy to take on Lakeview, and that's going to be a tough challenge. Right. But they've this is final non-district game for the Storm. They host Tenshaw Parish October 6th for homecoming.
Okay.
And I want to mention, too, Block High School. Boy, they came close to picking up their first win. They lost to Lakeside 41-34. Corin Collins scored 3 touchdowns, while quarterback Christian Osteen threw 3 touchdown passes and returned an interception for a touchdown. So they actually played tonight at Bolton.
Okay.
So we'll hold off on the big game and talk to Coach CC and Josh about their games last Friday.
Yeah. Okay. That's we'll catch up on their last games this week, and we'll kind of preview. We'll sneak ahead after that.
Up.
Yeah, what's it? The Concordia Parish Classic?
Concordia Classic.
That's right. So is that pretty much everything that we got right now? Well, let's kind of let's go ahead and get to our first break because I want to give these guys as much time as we can because it's an honor for them to. It's an honor for us to have them here today. So.
Did you say something about hearing them?
Yeah. What was that? I overheard them talking over there. What was it? What were they saying?
Coach West went up to Coach Cummings and said, "Do you want me to just take this trophy back to the school with me? Save you a trip Monday if coming over."
Yeah, just take it on back to Magnolia.
Coach Cummings said, "Well, Coach has been here 2 years, so that's where it belongs."
Coach Cummings was telling me before before we came on air. He said, I'm undefeated as a player and a coach so far. Against Vidalia. So
the series is 35-16-1 in favor of Faraday.
Okay.
Faraday's won 13 in the last 14 games. Okay. So it's gonna be fun tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. So let's go ahead and get to our first break and recognize a few of our awesome partners, and we'll be right back with Coach Cummings from Faraday High and Coach Josh West of Vidalia High. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. I want to tell you about our awesome partners, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chiks. Hicks Chiks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know they are also open to the public? Hicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish. And don't forget about their famous TNT burgers that are already pattied up for you and their amazing dessert options. So go see the awesome team at Hicks Chiks at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Natchez. Hicks Chiks, way more than just chicken.
Welcome to your new hospital, Trinity Medical. Located in Faraday, Trinity Medical is the only acute care facility in the Tri-Parish area. Here you will find an active pursuit of holistic health, a strong, honest group of clinicians, and a consciousness of others that transcends the 80,000 square feet committed to you and your loved ones. Trinity Medical. People you know, caring for people you love.
Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. We're out at our awesome partners, Gregg Veterinary Clinic, and we are in the back in the Barkley Pet Hotel and Spa. I'm standing in the Magnolia Bell Suite, which is one of 5 elite boarding suites available to your 4-legged furry friends when you travel this summer. Each suite comes with a private bed, flat screen TV, 24/7 video monitoring, and a sliding door so your pet feels like they're home. They provide one-on-one walking and activities in a fenced-in private backyard. So call Gregg Vet Hospital today and request your pet suite at the Barkley Pet Hotel and Spa. They'll leave the light on for you. Call Gregg Veterinary Hospital today. All right, guys, we are back from the beautiful Playmaker Sportsbook here at Magnolia Bluff Casino, and we are super excited to have Coach Josh West from Vandalia High School, Coach Cleothis Cummings from Faraday High School.
Yes, sir.
I think you have a big game coming up this week, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Before we get started, one of the things that I wanted to say is it's an honor to have both of you guys out. I know it's a busy week for you, and it's an honor to have you here. But one of the really cool things about this is I know it's a heated rivalry, but it's also a chance to bring our community together. I know for 3 hours you get out there and you beat up on each other, but we're one community still. So it's good to see passion from both sides, but it's also good to see you guys hanging and we're all trying to do, it's a bigger picture than a game. You know what I mean? We're changing young men's lives here. So thank you all for being great coaches, but thank you for what you're doing for the young men of our community, because a lot of young men need it, man, including myself when I was that age. So thank you all for what you're doing on both fronts. Joey, I'll let you go ahead and get us started, man, if y'all don't mind.
Well, first of all, let's go ahead and let everybody know about the bleachers, because there's probably some Vandalia people kind of concerned about hearing about bleachers and on the visitor side. Just let them know everything's good.
The bleachers are good.
The bleachers are good. Don't worry about not being able to sit in the bleachers.
Yeah, if they want to sit down, they welcome to it. They want to stand up, but, I mean, our bleachers are good. Okay.
Yeah. Now, I want to look back at last Friday, first of all, because I got to tell you, when I saw some updated scores from both of y'all's games, I was like, wait, is this a misprint or what? Of course, you handily defeated Madison. Big game for Caleb Ellis stepping in at quarterback. Yeah. And what was the key there, CC?
It was just mainly we didn't play as well as we scored. So, and I just want, I let our kids know that we didn't execute where we needed to. We had a lot of miscues, a lot of misassignments and things like that, and that's one of our biggest things that we focus on this week and correcting the little thing.
Okay. And Josh, of course, y'all went up to big Buckeye team and lost your first game. I want to ask you, they run that very, very high tempo, and you haven't seen that all year. Did that play a factor?
Definitely played a factor, but I want to piggyback on what Coach Cummings said. We started out bad, man. We a lot of miscues, starting out behind the sticks. And they were a physical team, and at the end of the day, physicality is football.
Yeah.
The game is one of the trenches. But we needed that, and we were able to regroup and cover a lot on film and talk about a lot of our mistakes. And hopefully we can do better this week.
Now, I don't want you to answer this because I don't want to get you in trouble. You can just nod. But I don't hear this often, but I was talking to Ben McLaughlin, the coach at Buckeye. Great guy, great coach. And he told me, he said, well, I'm going to tell you, today you hit a big play early, and it was kind of a borderline holding call that might have changed things. Just nod. But anyway, he said, it could have been a different game if that hadn't happened. But
and I appreciate that, Coach. He's a nice guy. He reached out to me, and we had a conversation afterwards. Genuine guy, a lot of respect for him.
Absolutely. I think he coached at Ash, but yeah, he's going to be coaching at a big school soon. He's legit.
And I know that no coach ever wants to hear this, but sometimes earlier in the year, getting a little bit of a checkup is good for young men because they start, hey, we don't want a couple of games. I'm the man. Everybody around school is telling me I'm the man. Sometimes it's not the worst thing in the world early in the season.
We hit a nail on the head with that. It's teaching points. We want to get progressively better. We don't want to think that we're doing everything like we're world beaters.
Right.
We want to be able to go to the film and talk about what we did wrong and correct it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, it's like I forget which Alabama player said it. You don't win the national championship the second game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, looking ahead to this week, we got to talk about your quarterback. Of course, Dorian Taylor went down with a sprained knee 2 weeks ago, and Caleb Ellis has stepped in and really done a good job for you.
He's progressing. He's progressing. Caleb is he's going to turn into a pretty good quarterback for us in the future. Right now, we just want him to, take his time, learn, understand, be a sponge, and he's doing that. And the confidence is there. But more than confidence, he's a humble kid, so he's able to be coached. He's able to be coached hard, take criticism, and that's the thing that we look at for our quarterbacks to be. You got to have that hard outer layer.
Right.
Yeah.
So when are you expecting Dorian back?
Dorian should be good next week.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, the young man playing this week, what classification?
He's a junior.
He's a junior,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So he's got a little experience.
Yeah.
Some football experience.
Yes,
Okay.
and you've had injuries as well. I got to ask y'all, what people don't understand is when you have to move somebody because of an injury, it affects the whole team.
Especially when you got a young team, experience is the best teacher. So we had some guys go down. I don't want to say too many names. I spent some time in the emergency room Friday night. I made it home in the morning. But needless to say, no breaks. Some muscles here and there. But once again, when you got a young team, you want to get them experience, but not their way. So they were thrown in the fire. But once again, with that, you have kids that are out there getting that experience. They can only grow from it.
Right.
So it was beneficial.
I kind of want to touch on not the X's and O's, but I just want to. What's the atmosphere around your campus has been like this week? Is it different on these weeks, or? I
mean, and we got the thing. I know in Vidalia they have Trojan Week. Anytime we play Vidalia, it's Viking Week for us. So the energy is almost like it's either your Vidalia game is first or your homecoming is second, and both of them pretty much like on the same level.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying every week we do pep rallies, and thanks to Miss Madison, my principal, she is awesome with that, and the kids are having so much fun. I won't say that this week has been on a higher level, but we've maintained a high level of having fun each week and getting excited about football. This week is just special throughout the whole community.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it.
If you're on social media right now, you're seeing everybody. Y'all have the hardest job this week is keeping everybody tempered.
I'm trying to censor Sam King, but it doesn't work.
Shout out to Keandre Jefferson too. He just man.
Well, that's another thing. You obviously want your kids to be pumped up and ready, but you don't want them to be too high about it where they lose focus.
Right.
So how do you maintain that?
I mean, you just got to apply pressure. Our kids understand what the pressure is. And it's you want to make sure that they do not feed into the talk.
Right.
You don't feed into the talk. You just focus on, because nobody out there in the community understands what we have to do at practice to prepare unless they come to practice and watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And being on social media is not one of the things that we do. That we're going to do. It's just focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, social media is not coach's best friend. That's for sure. But same with you as far as...
For me, keeping the main thing. Like Coach said, focusing on what we have to do and the task at hand. It's already enough pressure. I tell people when I go somewhere and I meet somebody and they say, hey, man, I don't care what you do as long as you be fair. The market, at the gas station, anywhere. So they know the pressure of the community. But as far as chiming in on social media or texting and all, we don't condone all that. We want to focus on the task.
Absolutely.
And Josh, you never played in this game as a player, right? And Coach Cummings, you played in it. What can you tell us a little bit about from what it feels like for the young men playing in it from your perspective?
I mean, I got chill bumps just thinking about it. It's something that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? It's all about just like you going to war. You know what I'm saying? You got your platoon that you got to ride with, that you got to make sure everybody's accountable, everybody's accounted for. I mean, you go in, you don't want to come out, you don't want to lose anybody. Yeah. And that's the same thing that I say that a soldier mindset would be. But at the same time, you building memories, you creating friendships with guys. Because I remember back when I played my senior year, Burr Burns played with me my junior year at Faraday. He went to Vidalia his senior year, which wasn't a good idea.
You got that, Buck?
And they, I love Buck. That's my brother. It was a high intensity game. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got guys during that school year, however you want to hold, long you want to hold your grudge against that person. You're gonna go into competition mode. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go into competition mode. Me and Ronald Ellis couldn't stand each other none during the time that we played basketball, but we great friends now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You know,
there's a mutual respect.
Yeah.
And you both got huge games next week, so you don't want to make it where you have this huge letdown after being so high this week.
Yeah. I mean, you got to remain humble. I don't care if it's a player, trainer, coach. You know what I'm saying? You go in, do your job, you do it well, and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question. I'm kind of interested to hear both answers on this. Why don't you give us a kind of a recap? We'll start with you, Coach Cummings. Kind of a recap of where we're at up to this point in the season overall, not a particular game, but where's your team at right now, and what are you hoping for going forward? And then I would like to hear the same thing from you, Coach.
I'll say starting out the way we did, our schedule is brutal. But we don't back down away from competition. We have started out with the Richwood 3A, then turn around and play 4A, then come back and play another 3A. So it's for us. I think schedule-wise, it has prepared us for where we are right now. And we still got ways to go because we still got the two. I say the three juggernauts coming up. Even including the day. After this week, we still got a brutal schedule. So it don't get any easier. It just prepare you for that moment.
And outside of saying win every game, what are you hoping to see the rest of this season?
Execution, discipline.
Okay. And Coach, what would you say up to this point in the season overall? Where would you say your team's at?
Well, first I want to agree with Coach. Iron sharpens iron, so when you play up to high competition, you set a high standard. So that's a good thing. But for me, I kind of inherited the schedule that I had from last year and flipped it. And my biggest thing was, like I told Mr. Martin, building on the fact that we didn't do a spring, we didn't have a jamboree, anything. So the first game was 2 quarters, not even 2 full quarters.
That's true.
10 minutes of football.
Strange start.
Strange start, and I won't elaborate too much, but we didn't get a chance to play a full game the first week. The next 2 weeks, we started to build on what we were trying to establish. What I want to see more of is effort and familiarity with what we're actually teaching. We're still going through things right now with a young team where we're teaching a lot of fundamental football and how to actually know the game, know what you're doing. Not just your assignment, but your teammates' assignment. What is your job in the grand scheme of what we're doing offensively, defensively, and special teams? So, and also we're learning our kids, our personnel, what their strengths and weaknesses are. We're still growing together every day. So we're learning what kids we're able to put more on and who we might need to take a little bit off and might need to do a little bit more directional type thinking with certain people. And we just learn the nuances of the staff. Even my staff, with us being young and fresh together, learning how to work better together. And it starts with me. So we get some things straightened out, and we should see some improvements because we're so young, we can't do anything but improve.
Yeah, there's a book called Strength Finders, and it's saying you're running a business, basically, and you're trying to find individual strengths in order to use them to make the team stronger. Just like you're basically a CEO of a business, and you're trying to find you're trying to put the people in each person in the best position to succeed.
Right. I saw a post that said, poor teams are led by nobody. Good teams are led by coaches. Elite teams are led by players. So we got to let our players show us who are those leaders.
Like that, yeah.
And we found a couple of them that have grasped their concept and really been trying to lead, and I've been trying to let them do it.
One thing along with that, Jake and Aaron had Zachary coach David Brewerton on this morning. And one thing he said, which kind of really hit the nail on the spot, was and you did this when you came back as head coach, and I've seen that with you. They asked him what was the key to building his program the way it is. I think they won 3 or 4 state championships. He said when I first got there, I got the seniors on board. He said that was crucial because it helped me build. And the seniors love you, and I know your seniors when you started loved you, and that was a big part of what you're doing, right?
Yeah, trust.
Yeah.
Man, what we'll do is we'll take a super quick break, and then we'll come back with another segment. Having a lot of fun. We want to shout out a few of our partners who make this possible, including our friends over at Hicks Chiks, who I stirred up the pot a little bit on social media. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take $100 out of my own pocket and give to somebody in the Miss Lou community.
Yeah. There goes my check this week.
Vikings or Trojans. All you got to do is just say who you pull for. So we'll be right back after this break.
I guess I'm not getting paid.
Yeah, Joey.
I'm Mackenzie Shirley. I'm one of the speech therapists here at Trinity Medical. I work in both the inpatient and outpatient settings here with the pediatric up into the geriatric population. Here at Trinity, all disciplines collaborate together to provide the best of care to our patients. A speech therapist assesses and treats various disorders such as speech sound, language, fluency, swallowing, social communication, and cognitive communication deficits. We utilize many different materials to create patient-specific tasks to address their goals in our therapy sessions. We would love to help you with any therapy need.
Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. I want to tell you about our awesome partners, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chiks. Hicks Chiks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know they are also open to the public? Hicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish. And don't forget about their famous TNT burgers that are already pattied up for you and their amazing dessert options. So go see the awesome team at Hicks Chiks at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Natchez. Hicks Chiks, way more than just chicken. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. We want to tell you about our awesome partner, Dr. Gregg and Gregg Veterinary Hospital. Gregg Veterinary Hospital has been providing comprehensive, reliable, cutting-edge veterinary services to pets in the Miss Lou since 2002. They welcome pets of all shapes and sizes who are in need of emergency treatment or who require routine medical, surgical, and dental care. Dr. Gregg and his team offer a long list of services, including in-house laboratory diagnostics, digital x-ray, soft tissue, orthopedic surgery, dental care, extractions, laser surgery, laser therapy, preventative health, and wellness plans. And if you need grooming and boarding services, they do that too. So call Gregg Veterinary Hospital today. All right, guys, we are back with Coach West and Coach Cummings, Vidalia High and Faraday High, and we're all excited. We can feel it in the air. Big game coming up Friday night. One of the things that we wanted to talk about, we all kind of talked about it off the air, is it is a big game coming up. It is going to get heated. You are going to go out there for 3 hours and get after it. But one of the most important parts of this is sportsmanship from the players, the fans, and everything. So why don't throw the ball over there to you and see what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we maintain a level of sportsmanship and keep the focus on the kids. The community is all involved, but we all one community, one parish, and we want to make sure we focus on that. You can root for whatever color you want to root for, but keep the main thing. And let's celebrate the kids and make sure that you're being modeled to them so that they won't go in there with any negative energy and whatnot. Just compete, represent your community the right way, your family and your schools, and leave it at that. Let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. I like that. That's a good
I just have to piggyback off Coach. Like I say, we're one parish, 2 towns, but we all, seeking the same thing, unity. And we definitely need that. We need to make sure that Concordia Parish, not Faraday, not Vidalia, is represented throughout the state. So I think this will be a good opportunity for all of us to see how we can reach that goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Joey, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to tell a story back in the 1990s. Cordell Bailey was a coach at Faraday, and he told me a story that he had a guy, I'm not going to say any name, he had a guy who come up to almost every practice and said, Coach, how's the team looking? Oh, okay. Everybody going to be able to play? Any injuries? Yeah. And I just thought, well, that's great. This guy's showing this much interest in the team. So Friday night, and right there by the old field house, there would be a group of guys standing during the game and screaming, you'd be up by 14, and they'd be going, Coach, throw the ball, getting on the referees and just screaming. And finally, Cordell went down there later and talked to some of the guys and said, what's going on with y'all? And he found out this guy who came to his practices was laying down a line for them to bet on the game.
Wow.
That was the last time he was allowed around the school. And Cordell really got on the guys who were betting. So,
man, that sounds like some stuff. I'm leaving that alone.
Coach said, let me leave that alone. Yeah. And one of the things that, a lot of times adults mean well, but adults kind of get in the way of what the kids are trying to accomplish here sometimes. So I just want to go a step further and encourage the fans to come out, cheer hard, but be respectful. Be respectful to you guys because you guys get a lot of unfair criticism. I'm going to go ahead and tell the fans now, Coach West ain't going to call a perfect game. Coach Cummings ain't going to call a perfect game. The quarterbacks aren't going to complete every pass. There's going to be mistakes. Cheer hard. But just appreciate the moment and respect the game, respect the kids, respect the community. So that's kind of what I want to add to that. Joey, what else you got down there?
Well, I want to touch base, and I know you guys got enough to do without worrying about stuff outside of what y'all are doing. But Tuesday there's a huge meeting with LHSAA voting on what exactly is select and non-select. Mm-hmm. So how tough is it now, not really knowing what the future is going to be as far as the playoffs? You don't have no clue. First, it's being said that now it's going to go back to last year. Like, y'all were both Class 2A, and playoffs used to be like that. Mm-hmm. Well, when they changed it last year, you went to Division I, and you're in Division II. Mm-hmm. So I know you don't want to pay attention to that. You got enough on you. But how does it affect anyway?
For us, when you think about we get to the playoffs, we got to go play steeper opponents.
Yeah.
You want to err on the side of what's fair. Obviously, we don't think that that's fair. We have to go and play 3A teams. I think a change for us, if we could get to the point where we could be on the level playing field, that'd be nice.
Absolutely.
I'm all about the notion of control.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think
control what you can control, pray about the rest.
I have no control over it. Folks know I can talk about it all day, but what's the point? So we have to play. We got to play Friday. We're going to play Mangum the next week. Whatever the opponent is, we have to play. So at the end of the day, that's what I can have some control over. That's right. That's what I can do.
And you're in Division I, which is kind of nice for you.
Yeah, it's Division I or 4.
I'm sorry, 4. You're right. You're in 3 and you're in 4. Yeah.
I looked at it. If we have had a chance to make the playoff last year, it would have been pretty good by the layout, because I think they are actually going by your enrollment numbers. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So, but that kind of like levels the playing field. And of course, you have some schools where you're going to have more guys in the school participating in football than others, which is a great thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? I wish we had that opportunity to get a lot more young men out there, but who we got is who we got, and we love who we got, and whatever they choose it to be, we just got to attack it.
Yeah, that's right. You just got to go out and play football.
That's
it.
Yeah. I want to jump in and take an interesting angle here, since you guys have had a little time to scout each other out now. I want you to tell us what you think about the Faraday team so far, and vice versa. Where we at? I know you don't want to get into X and O's, but what do you see overall from the as far as the toughness and all of that? As far as what are your players? What are you preparing your players to face when they walk out on that field?
Well, I'll say what I told Coach Cummings over there. My message has been we got to match the intensity. That F on his chest, those kids play with a lot of pride in their community and their school. And we do too, but we want to match it, if not be better, from that standpoint. The athleticism, the speed, preparing for that, talking about that. We know what we put on film, what Coach is looking at. We're trying to correct those mistakes.
Yeah.
Everybody is looking at, I'm looking at his film, he's looking at my film, trying to capitalize on whatever mistakes each other make. And whatever we saw, I'm pretty sure Coach trying to fix.
Yeah.
So we're focused on the speed, the intensity, preparing ourselves for what we saw and what we think we might get to see out of Coach, and being the best by their youth.
That's right. And a hostile environment.
Hostile environment, definitely. Not paying attention to what's outside of that gate, what's outside the field. Control what we can do inside the lines. That's definitely been a focus. But hats off to Coach while he's sitting here for his kids being able to play with that kind of fire and intensity. That goes to speak not only to the community, but what Coach is and what he's preaching to his kids. So, goes to him.
And Coach, I'll ask you the same question: what do you see overall? And I don't know overall, what do you see in the Viking team?
I mean, it's I think it's more. I can say compared to last year, they're more balanced. They're more balanced. You got a quarterback that can take care of business. You got a running back that can take care of business. You got receivers that can stretch the field. Defensively, they're sound. Got a Mike Backer that like to hunt the football. Discipline. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the key things that we preach to our guys too. Being disciplined and minimize your mistakes. And of course, we want to represent. We want to represent. With this being one of the biggest rivalry games in the state of Louisiana, we got to make sure that we play, like Coach say, play within that realm, that 50 by 100. So we just look to compete against Coach West and his team, Fred.
Yeah. And you both got new fields, new scoreboards. That helps with the pride for the kids.
Yeah, that definitely boosted the morale around there. Because I think we may have had those goalposts. But to see some new stuff happening, and shout out to our school board, our boosters, the community, everybody that had a hand in making these things possible. We appreciate you all. Definitely something well needed.
Yeah.
We just gonna try to do our best to represent on both ends and make sure you're proud of what we're doing.
Yeah. It'd be nice to look up at your school board and not see 18 minutes left in the quarter.
Hey, it's LED, so we good. We good.
How about you, Josh? That's the field and school board.
Same thing. We're working on getting some new play clocks.
Okay.
Everything has been on the up and up as far as maintenance of the field. We always have people working and trying to get everything as best as it can be. I'm blessed as a new head coach coming to a program where when I ask for something, from custodial work, from the board, anything we need is getting done. We got gravel being put out in front of the field house to keep it from flooding when it rains. We got new lights in front of it. So, we can talk about scoreboard, but the whole program is a whole. An ad went out yesterday. I made a call. And I was there this morning fixing it, so I'm blessed to be in that kind of position. But
look, I saw Coach Cummings over there with some wire clippers the other day.
We got cameras around. We got cameras back.
First in your week.
Cameras back, man.
Well, I don't feel bad. I had one out too, so
already got it.
I looked, the air and the lights went out. So. Yeah. But everything, like Coach said, if it's something that we need, that's urgent, they're going to be there, making sure the kids are good. I told them, I'm a grown man. These are children, they need, what I'm saying? So just them coming in, checking on us, doing walk-in, walk-throughs and things like that. They see what's needed. They see the importance of it. So we appreciate that.
That's right, man. We're all on the same team. We're all trying to do what's right for the kids.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants tickets, they can come to either school office to get tickets before the game.
I think we got some comp tickets. We got some comp tickets for Vidalia, but I think I forgot what time it was with the ticket sale, the pre-sale tickets. Come to Fairleigh High School. I guess you can 11 o'clock maybe tomorrow.
I think that sounds
Yeah,
good.
like 11 o'clock. But after 11 o'clock, you won't be able to buy any more tickets until game time. Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, I talked to Joey earlier in the week, and thing will come out with him, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty pumped just to be a part of the atmosphere and to see two teams who I think from kind of following this year, I think they're both good teams. I think this is a game that could go either way depending on who shows up and who wants it more and which way the ball bounces sometimes.
Yeah.
Joey, you got anything else you want to
That's it, man. It's been appreciate y'all so much taking time out.
Thank you.
Appreciate your principals allowing y'all to come. So.
Yeah, what I'd like to say before we get you out of here is just give each of y'all a chance just to say any last words for the fans or whatever y'all want to say, like about the game, about the weekend, anything that y'all want to say.
You're the visiting team, though.
I guess I got to speak first. Viking fans, come out and support. The kids have been working tremendously hard. The coaches are working overtime. We've been studying. We've been grinding. And we appreciate everything you guys do for us. We want to go and make you guys proud. Go Big Blue.
You got the B.
Got the B. And we're excited to go and represent the community. We need you guys to have our back. And make sure you practice good sportsmanship and go ahead and represent our day the right way.
That's right.
That's our plan.
All right.
Coach?
Hey, Trojan fans, y'all know what it is. Going down tomorrow night, Millfield, 7 o'clock. Hey, nothing bigger than the F, JYD Nation. Let's go.
Look, Coach sounds like he's doing a radio spot.
He got it. I got to get like Coach.
Hey, look, guys, we appreciate it. Like Joey said, we appreciate y'all coming out. Look forward to seeing everybody at the game. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Tim from the casino with our Take It to the Bank Locks of the Week.
Playtime, game time. Anytime is a good time at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. Play for your chance to win our $10,000 Unmask a Fortune grand prize. It's time to win big at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel this fall. It's always a good time. Visit MagnoliaBluffsCasino.com.
All right, guys, we are back. Joey, that was a lot of
Man,
fun.
if you aren't ready for the game now, you'll never be ready.
We got Tim, our man that's with us every week. Tim, before we jump into to what we're going to talk about at the casino, Tim's going to tell us about the 1-year anniversary of the new ownership. There was something funny that happened on the way out when the coaches were leaving a while ago. Coach West said, "Hey, take care of my trophy for me now."
Some spirit in there.
They were having a little fun on the way out.
What's funny is that trophy's bigger than Fairleigh State Championship trophy.
Wow. That's a nice trophy, man. Just a really, really cool thing to have both of the guys.
It is. That's great.
So Tim Morrissey, Vice President, General Manager, Magnolia Bluffs Casino. We're going to talk about the 1-year anniversary and some community development commitments.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to believe that we're creeping up already on 1 year, October 3rd, 2022. Saratoga Casino Holdings took ownership, finished the acquisition of the property, and we've just jumped in head first.
Yeah.
I don't know where a year has went already, but we've enjoyed it so much. I just came, from Visit Natchez Tourism Summit, hearing about all the things that are going on in this city, and it's pretty easy when you sit in something like that to realize how quickly a year goes when there's so many things happening. We've made so many great friends. The property's done very well. We've made great relationships with our guests, with our community partners, and just very thankful to be part of this community.
We have to shout out our boy Devin Heath over there at Visit Natchez.
Right.
He'll try to clown on us off the air if we don't give him a shout out. So we got to.
They did a good job today.
Got to slide it in. He's doing a good job over there, and his team. He'll be the first one to tell you it's my team.
Absolutely.
Same with you here, and that's what I like about both of you guys. You always say it's my team. We got some celebrations coming up.
Yeah, so we're going to celebrate the 1 year on the 1 year. So October 3rd, right here at Magnolia Bluffs, we're going to do 2 times, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. We're going to have cupcakes and champagnes for our guests and our community partners. So please, come down, help us celebrate. Like Ronnie just alluded to, we wouldn't be here without the community. We wouldn't be here without our team. One of the big positives that we saw when we were looking at the potential acquisition of Magnolia Bluffs was the fact that we had 200 amazing team members that came when we purchased the property. We really got to join their family. It's funny when you do this type of thing. We're buying the asset, but it's the team, it's the community, it's the company welcoming us in and allowing us to be part of their family and part of their community. Not so much about Saratoga being the owner of the property. Yeah. So very excited about it. Hope everybody can come down. Our chef Anthony and the kitchen team is home making the cupcakes. We're going to do them right here in house. So I've tried the recipe already. It's something not to be missed. And I hear we've got some good champagne too. So come down 11 a.m., 6 p.m. on October 3rd. Look forward to seeing everybody down here.
And when I first saw the flyer, my birthday is October the 6th, so I actually thought y'all were throwing a birthday party for me.
We do have a candle.
That was cupcake. But then I noticed that it was your anniversary, so I was like, okay, well, I'll celebrate that too. So, yeah. Joey, what else are we looking at here, bud?
Oh, well, we've got, you talk about being involved in the community. I mean, that's something you pride yourself on, and I'm sure you're looking for even more.
Yeah. I mean, we do so much, and this community does so much that they allow us to be part of. One of the nicest things is there's no shortage of events. There's no shortage of organizations to get involved with. So, just to name, a couple, the Magnolia Bluffs since it's open has been a huge partner of Alcorn State. We're very happy to continue that. Looking forward to getting out to some football and basketball games here soon, and continue to see that school really grow. It's such a heartbeat of the community. A ton of our team members, are alumni of Alcorn. So very happy to continue that. We got Live at 5 starting this Friday. Happy to be a sponsor of that. Christmas in Natchez, which they graciously invited me to sit on the board of this year. So very excited about Christmas in Natchez. We've already mentioned Visit Natchez. I'm part of the TMAC committee for that as well, and excited to see how they continue to use the advertising dollars to push the events that happen in town to draw in that out-of-market guests. We've got Y'all Means All the weekend coming up. We just hosted Natchez Young Professionals in the Chamber for Saints Watch Party. I mean, the list goes on, and again, just so gracious. Special shout out, one of the events that I was really excited when I got here to be a part of, Adams County Sheriff's Rodeo. That was a lot of fun out in the county. There's just no shortage in Natchez, and we're so happy to be here and be a part of it all.
Boy, if you've never been to that rodeo, you need to make a point.
That's right.
That's a lot of fun.
And I know that you don't like to boast and all of that, but you guys have the SCH, that's
Saratoga Casino Holdings.
Saratoga Casino Holdings has given back over $3 million to organizations whose core mission is to improve the quality of life in the local communities. And just here last year, the Community Development Fund, $243,000 was given to the fund.
That's right.
That's a big deal, man. That's a lot of money.
So, a lot of people don't know that, besides having a lease with the city for the land that the casino sits on, we also fund a community development fund that's there to drive community development. It's something that was at the core of the casino being built. It's built into our lease. It's something that the previous ownership did, and we continue to do. So, last year's payment was $243,000. We're excited that this upcoming year that's going up even more. We're going to contribute $273,000 to that fund. So there's a lot of dollars out there to be used that we're working in conjunction with the city and Mayor Gibson to drive community development and make sure that not only are we here as a business in the community, but we're a partner.
That's right. And we got anything else we want to hit before our picks of the week? Do you have anything? Let me end with this in this segment. Do you have anything that you just want to say to the people just about the casino in general?
Yeah. I mean, we've highlighted a lot of it, but besides just everything that goes on at the casino, my wife and I moved down here to be part of this community. We've jumped in, and I thank everybody in the community for not only welcoming Saratoga Casino Holdings in and allowing us to flourish as Magnolia Bluffs Casino, but also being so welcoming to my wife and I in the community and inviting us and getting us involved in so many things. I encourage anybody who's new to Natchez just to get out there and meet some people. And I mean, the Southern hospitality, I've never lived in the South before, and it's something that is certainly an experience when you get down here. And I'm just very thankful to everybody.
Well, thank you, man. And what we're going to do, I don't want you to go anywhere because we're going to take a super quick break, and then we'll be right back with our Take It to the Bank picks of the week. We'll be right back after this.
Play for your chance to win our $10,000 Unmask a Fortune grand prize. It's time to win big at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel this fall. It's always a good time. Visit magnoliabluffscasino.com.
All right, guys, we are back, and what has become a pretty fun segment of this show, and we're having a lot of fun with it. And around town, a lot of people are coming up to us, and they're having a lot of fun with it too. So that makes it more fun for us. And that is our Take It to the Bank locks of the week. We're not going to bring up the records because, actually, we have to.
For posterity, we better.
We gave Joey a hard time. We called him goose egg, and coming into this week, he was 0-3 in college and 0-2 in the pros, and then something happened. Boom! He went 2-0 this week. So now he's improved his record all the way to 2-5 overall, which that's a respectable mark, and he might be catching fire right now. So
could be.
We'll see how he does with this.
And I'll go on the limb and tell you the Vidalia Faraday winner.
Okay.
The team with the most points. You think I'm going to touch that one?
And Tim, you've been waffling like you get ahead, and then you've had a couple of heartbreakers too. You've had a couple that I'm sitting at 6-1 right now, but you're right there. That you could be right there where I'm at, or I mean, you've had some very close ones.
Ronnie, that's the emotion of being a sports bettor. Is we get a lot of backdoor covers, losing by the hook. I stand behind my picks every week because they've all been close. It's not like I took Denver last week and watched them.
Oh my goodness.
7 points put up on them. So
yeah,
they've all been close, but that doesn't negate the fact that I only got one right last week. Boy, you both had 2-0. So congratulations. I'm going to try and redeem myself this week.
And you're a very respectable 3-4. I mean, this stuff's hard.
It is.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Well, if it was easy, we wouldn't have a sport.
We would be here. We'd have a much smaller TV. But let's kind of dive in on these then. I'll start out with my college. You want to start college?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
College.
I'll start out with my college and give y'all a chance to kind of get everything together. I think my college lock of the week, I'm going to take the Kansas Jayhawks. Texas is a 16.5-point favorite, and I just see this being a lot closer than that. I think Texas gets too much credit because of that longhorn on the side of their helmet sometimes. And plus, I just don't like Texas, if we're being honest. So I'm hoping Kansas keeps it a lot closer. So I think Kansas has an opportunity to win the game straight up. So I think that they definitely keep it. I think they definitely keep it within 16.5. So that's going to be I'm going to take the Kansas Jayhawks.
All right.
It's my lock of the week.
All right. I'm going to stay with what got me here, and I'm going to stick with Alabama minus 14.5 against State. I think they're finding themselves. State has some problems, and I just think the Tide's going to continue to roll.
Okay.
All right. I'm getting my pick in early this week. I'm taking the Friday night game. I'm looking at Utah and Oregon State. I was talking to Craig before we jumped on today. I know that our line is very similar to the line across the country, and I could be wrong. I've been wrong a couple times this year, but I don't know how Utah, as the 10th ranked team in the nation, is going in as the underdog against Oregon State. Maybe I'm missing something. I checked the Bleacher Report before I jumped on, make sure I wasn't missing a key injury, and I just couldn't see it. So I'm going to take the points. Plus 3.5 for Utah, 8 p.m. on Friday.
Tim, I didn't even see this one. This would have been my lock of the week. I'm not going to lie to you. Somehow I skipped over this one. You're right, man. Something's off with that. I don't know. I'm gonna come in and place my bet on that. I'm gonna take your lock of the week on that one because I like Utah. They're a very physical team. Yeah. Now, obviously, there's people that are a lot smarter than me that set these lines.
That's right.
But I feel very good about that one, so I'm with you on that. That's a really good pick. You want to make that your lock of the year?
No. I think there's going to be other games in the season. my lock of the year might have been last week.
I'll say that this is so far since we've been doing that this year. To me, this is the most surprising line that I've seen.
Yeah,
I'll say that. Let's jump over to the NFL real quick because I smell that delicious food coming. This week we're going to have the River Queen Seafood Feast, and I'm ready to get to it minus the shrimp because I don't want y'all to have to carry me out of here. But I can smell it coming, so we'll go ahead and knock our pros.
Let's get it out of the way.
My lock of the week, and this isn't an overreaction from last week. I've kind of thought this team is a really good team. I think one of these teams is better than we thought, and one of these teams isn't as good as we thought. I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins. The Bills are favored 2.5 in this game. But I think, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I said, are the Dolphins the best team in the NFC East? And every week that passes, I'm like, I think the Dolphins are the best team in the NFC East. And I think they're going to beat the Bills on the road in Buffalo this week.
You think they'll beat them?
I think they're going to beat them, but I'm not going to. I'm going to lock them in at the plus 2.5.
Take the point.
But I think they're going to beat them straight up.
You can get plus money on that. Plus 120 on the money line if you like Dolphins.
Yeah.
So $100 wins you 120.
Okay.
Man, this week in the NFL was the toughest for me to pick. It's kind of like trying to rely on the New Orleans Saints offensive line.
Right.
But I'm going to go with the Titans, plus 2.5 at home against the Bengals. I just don't think Burrow's still where he needs to be. And it's playing Tennessee's tough.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm getting off the
Take
totals.
Us home, baby.
I'm
Take
getting
us
off
home.
the totals. I took the under last week, and it bit me by a last-minute irrelevant touchdown.
Don't you hate those?
I do. I'm still a little bitter. But I was having a conversation with Craig earlier. The points last week were relatively high across the board, and yet the totals this week all came in. I mean, we've got one game that's over 50 points. The rest of them are under 50 points. Seems like the totals are going down, but every time I take an under, it goes up. So we're going to skip that this week. I'm looking at Monday night. Seattle Seahawks, New York Giants in New York. I think, I'm surprised again to see that the Giants are favored. They're only laying a point, but I'm going to go with the Seahawks plus 1. I think the Seahawks probably win this game outright, but I'm going to take Seahawks plus 1 on the road in New York. I know the travel is a lot going from West Coast to East Coast, but I don't think it matters.
No, that's a good
they
pick.
get it done.
That's a good pick too. I like both of your picks this week. That's good. I didn't realize that was the Giants. Pretty bad.
Let's just remember next week, in case I don't win, that they both were in agreement with me.
I think this delicious
I don't know
food's
if
got my money.
that's good or not.
Hey, look, man, we appreciate it as always.
Absolutely,
We definitely appreciate the picks. Look, I hope. Go ahead. The food's coming
is
in.
good.
Hey, look, while we get this food coming out, I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in today. I hope you guys enjoyed the. Oh my goodness. Woo, that's what I'm talking
You
about.
got catfish, boudin
That's
balls,
what I'm
crab
talking
cake,
about.
shrimp and fried. How can you go wrong?
Oh,
A
man.
whole lot of food.
You can.
I hope you guys enjoyed Coach Cummings and Coach West as much as we did. That was a lot of fun.
That
We're
was
looking
fun.
forward to the game Friday night.
Yes, indeed.
Come out, you'll see me and Joey running around out there somewhere. Thank you to all of our awesome partners, including Magnolia Bluffs Casinos and Concordia Sentinel. Thank you to all of our viewers. Again, shout out to our boys in Kuwait over there. Thanks for tuning in every week, Torrance and his crew. Thank y'all. God bless. And as always, have a champion day.
Hi, it's Shannon with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. If you like what we're doing, be sure to follow, like, share, and even comment on all our content. Also, visit MissLouChampions.com to sign up for our newsletter and to receive other information, as well as the opportunity to receive some awesome prizes. Thank you, Miss Lou, for your continued support, and as always, have a champion day.